So what the heck is a boundary and how do you set one? If you are wanting to have a healthy relationship and really eager to have better communication, boundaries are vital. And the first thing we need to do is accurately define what a boundary is, because a lot of us grow up with the assumption that boundaries are mean, that they are something that hurts other people's feelings, that they should be avoided, that they are you being selfish. And boundaries are not malicious, okay? There's a difference between a boundary and an ultimatum, or a boundary and manipulation. A boundary is simply the way we are expressing our needs in order to feel safe and loved. So I need this in order to feel safe and loved and even protected, okay? We want to feel okay in our experience. We want to feel okay in our skin. So boundaries are the way that we achieve that. And the first thing that we need to do when we are thinking about trying to set a boundary is demystifying what is our responsibility and what is another person's responsibility. So if you grew up in a family dynamic where you took on the responsibility of everybody's emotions, everybody's feelings, everybody's shit, that's a lot of weight and that's a lot of responsibility. So you might have a skewed understanding of what is yours and what is theirs. So you are responsible for your feelings. You're responsible for understanding your feelings. You're responsible for understanding what you need. You're understanding for communicating what you need. And all of those things are yours. What's not yours is other people's feelings, trying to predict or anticipate or micromanage other people's needs, or making them feel better because of a boundary that you set from a place of love because it's taking care of you. So they are our opportunity as the person learning to set boundaries is to allow other people to experience their own emotions, their own anger, their own pain, their own frustration, their own pissed offness with you no longer taking care of them or doing things for them. Whatever you have been doing in the past that is coming to a stop because you're setting a boundary might be upsetting to the other person who is used to getting something from you. And that doesn't mean that your boundary is wrong. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't have set the boundary. That means that that person is responsible for holding their emotion, and you are responsible for sitting in the discomfort of that without doing your knee-jerk reaction back into the people-pleasing, back into the codependency, back into the cyclical behavior that you've been in with that person. And sitting in that discomfort is hard. I'm an EFT certified practitioner, and I use EFT because it helps to regulate the nervous system and helps you to create a safe container within your own self, your own energy, your own body, to be able to feel the distressing emotion, the distressing issue without reacting. So increasing your capacity, increasing your nervous system capability to be able to hold that stress without you going back into your old patterns. And when you can hold space for the stress, you can understand the emotions that are coming up for you because of the stress. You can tend to those instead of going to the person for the solution that they're never going to give you. So there's a EFT tapping tutorial that I'll link here that you can watch to get a better understanding of what that is. But sitting in the discomfort is vital, so vital. The second piece to setting boundaries, after you understand what is yours and what is theirs, is being able to honor your needs as valid. Okay? If you're not used to having needs, if you're used to putting everyone else first, if you're used to kind of giving to others and then having whatever is left for yourself, you need to do some work around identifying what you need as an individual to feel aligned, to feel fulfilled, to feel safe, to feel in flow. We have a lot of needs. We're freaking needy. As human beings, we're inherently needy. And you get to be needy, okay? Needy is not bad. Anxious attachment, anxious preoccupation is a bad form of neediness that I think took the rap for everything. So you get to have needs because you are human. You get to have boundaries because you are human. Identifying what your needs are will help you tremendously. I have a self-guided course called Find Yourself Again that will guide you through that. And it can take you through all the steps to find your values, your needs, and your wants. But you have to know what you need and what you're standing for in order to then put a boundary around it, to protect it. So you have to do that internal work and believe that you deserve to have needs. So that might be further conditioning to unpack as you're doing this experiment of setting boundaries. The third thing is finally choosing your external peace over, or your peace over external peace. So I'm choosing me over the discomfort that you might feel. I'm choosing me because that allows me to show up authentically, and that allows you to be empowered to show up in, the way that you are going to express your feelings. I'm not taking care of you. You're not taking care of me. This is not a transactional dynamic, transactional relationship. I am autonomous in my needs and my feelings, and so are you. So choosing that internal peace, knowing that even though it's uncomfortable, even though it's hard, even though sometimes your boundary will trigger the other person, you staying true to you is what helps you in the long run be able to show up in a healthy way and create that sustainable foundation, that healthy foundation to a relationship. Because you want to be able to be yourself, get your needs met, speak your truth in the safety of that relationship. You don't want to be walking on eggshells, taking care of the other person, anticipating their behavior so that you can react and, choose your behavior accordingly. That's not healthy. So in order for you to start having healthier dynamics, learning and understanding and embracing the hell out of boundaries is going to benefit you. I know this can bring up a lot. Visit the EFT tapping tutorial. Reach out to me. I love to have conversations about what comes up. I have a free session if you're interested in exploring a little bit more of how to work through some of these blocks to get yourself from patterns that aren't serving you into more healthy dynamics. And if this video resonates, give it a like, give it a share. It helps other people be able to find the same content, because the more that we are all boundaried in a healthy way, the healthier all of our relationships are going to be.